Okay. 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 And let me, post this here. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great day today. Listen, I want to apologize, guys, for starting the last few streams kind of, late. I really want to apologize for that. I've just been so busy and it's had so many things come up earlier today. But it's, on Sunday, I will start the stream much earlier hours than what I'm starting now. I'll keep my promise on that, I promise. So Sunday, the GTA stream, I'll start a lot earlier. I'm just really sorry I've been starting these streams a bit late. I've just been so busy with just a bunch of stuff. Also making a lore video on GTA 5, so that's, What's up, Pro? Did you hear about the YouTuber who shut down New York City over a PS5 giveaway? Yes, I actually have a crazy current events video coming out about that tomorrow, DJ. Yes. That guy was an idiot, so I'll tell you about him. Love the Max Payne gameplay, thank you. Hi, Pro, your scammer video was awesome. Thank you, man. And here's the thing, I submitted a report to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, about the scammer's website. So I made a report about that, yesterday. And what I did also is I had contacted the domain name. So the company that gave the domain name for the website, I contacted them and I emailed them. And I said that, you know, this scammer is using your website, you know, domain. You know, take it down. And so hopefully they do something about that. And also, I'm in contact with Pudding, you know, my friend who was impersonating my friend Jordy on that and texting the scammer, and he also pretended to be the rival scammer and pissing off the scammer. We're in contact together, and we're trying to get the scammer's, you know, whole operation basically shut down. We are trying to get the website basically taken down. We're doing everything in our power to get that website taken down. So, if anything happens with the scammer's website, I will let you guys know about that, but we're just trying our best to just take the whole operation down, take the whole thing down. And, yeah, I've been trying to get as many people as I can to report the scammer's Instagram page, you know. So far, I've gotten like 50 or so reports to, on the scammer's Instagram page. You're a legend for trolling the scammer, Pro. Big respect. Thank you, Brian. And thank you, Minded Eagle. Just pre-ordered my PS5 today. So excited. Thanks, man. Thank you for the super chat. I hope that you enjoyed your PS5 when you get it. Yeah, this game is beautiful in the rain. I've watched The Sopranos, yes. Hey, Pro, when will you do another scammer video? I can do another video pissing off scammers. I can do another one. I'll just have to find another scammer to piss off, because it's probably not going to work on that same scammer again. But if I come across some ridiculous scammer or something like that, I'll do another video like that in the future of just pissing them off. Did you guys think I did a pretty good grandpa voice on that one? I tried my best to do an old person's voice. How can I level up fast in Red Dead Redemption 2? I'll actually show you. I'll show you one moment here. Thank you, Jasper, for subscribing. The voice was hilarious. Well, thank you. Will you play GTA for 100%? What we'll probably do tomorrow for 100%, we'll probably continue Saboteur. That's what we'll probably do, because Saboteur we didn't finish 100%. We gotta finish Saboteur 100%. Still a few activities left to do in the Saboteur. Pro, have your parents ever been scammed before? No, not really. Scammers have tried to target my family before. Oh, wait, actually, my dad did get scammed once. I do remember now. My dad actually got scammed twice, technically. One time when my dad got scammed, what he did was he went to a gas station, and when he went to the gas station, he used his credit card. And so what basically happened is there are scammers that actually have these, I think, are they called skimmers? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but there are these machines that scammers will put inside, you know, gas station pumps. And what that will do is when you use your credit card, it'll actually steal your credit card information. And so what happened was my dad had been using his credit card a bunch that week, and then randomly out of nowhere, there was like somebody trying to buy like $1,000 suits in like Manhattan, like downtown Manhattan, New York. And what happened was we reached out to the credit card company, we had them deny all of it. And I asked my dad, I'm like, where did you use your credit card recently? And the one place that stood out to me is he said he used it at a gas station pump. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's probably where it happened. So my dad didn't lose any money on that. You know, the card company denied that. There was one time where my dad did get scammed, where we actually had to shut down another credit card. What my dad did was he clicked on a Facebook link, and I don't remember what it was, but he tried to buy something off Facebook. I don't remember what the product was. It was some electronic or something like that. It happened a few years ago. So he clicked on some link, and when he clicked on the link, he tried to purchase the item, and it was a scam site. And they stole his credit card info. He canceled the card after that. The Acer Corporation Max Payne is a bigger role, just so you know, those mobsters were stealing documents from them. Yeah, I figured, but what I'm starting to think is, the U.S. government had killed Max Payne's wife, because when, like, I remember there was that part when it was like she had gotten some dossier or something like that at her house, and I think that's probably what happened. I think that the U.S. government probably ended up doing that. So we'll see if I'm right on that when we get further in the story in Max Payne. Also, I don't trust that Vladimir guy at all. I don't like him. I think he's gonna probably betray Max Payne. I don't trust him at all. Oh no, the chat froze again. Oh, great, wonderful. It's been freezing lately. It's not my fault, guys, it's YouTube's fault. So if the chat freezes, just wait a minute or two and it should unfreeze. I don't know why it's been doing that. What do you think of having that much followers to shut down New York City over a PS5? Look, I'll tell you something. That guy, that YouTuber is a complete idiot. You know, he's a complete a fool. He's a complete idiot. Look, here's the thing. If you're gonna do a giveaway, right? If you're gonna give away free stuff to people, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're gonna give away free stuff to people, never, ever, ever do a first come, first serve thing. You don't do that. Where, like, people will just show up and they get, like, a free PS5. If you're gonna give something away to people, how you basically do it is you do those videos where people do, you know, those videos that people, like, walk around supermarkets and they tell people, I'll pay for your groceries, like, you know, stuff like that. Like, you know, that's fine to do, because it's not a planned event and you're just walking up to random people and offering to pay for their stuff. That's fine. It's not gonna cause a panic. And if you're gonna give away stuff, if you want to give away something like a PS5, then you basically do a raffle. That's what you do. You do a raffle, and you have all your subscribers enter in that raffle, and then you give it to that subscriber and you mail it to them. That's basically what you do. You don't do, like, you don't tell people, like, oh, everybody meet up here and you get a free PS5. You don't do something like that, because it's going to cause a panic. And it's going to cause, you know, people are getting aggressive, they get pissed off, they don't get a free one. Like, if somebody thinks, oh, you know, the guy in front of them got a free PS5, but he didn't get a free PS5, he's going to get aggressive, he's going to get pissed off. And so that's why the crowd got aggressive and the crowd got pissed off. And so that whole thing was stupid. And I hope the NYPD literally froze the book at that guy, that YouTuber Twitch streamer, and I hope that he's punished to the full extent of the law, because that's stupid that he did that whole thing. And look, imagine the amount of police resources he wasted too. Like, that was just what's my most favorite online game? Probably GTA Online. Yeah, I would probably say GTA Online is probably my favorite online game. Oh, you got the target. Okay, cool. Bro, what's your opinion on scalpers? A bunch of scumbags scalped the Marvel Spider-Man 2 console bundle and are selling it for $1,000. I think scalpers are generally scumbags. Now look, there's a difference between, like, there's a difference between, sorry for my cough. There's a difference between, like, scalpers and, like, somebody that's, like, a trader, I would say. And what I mean by a trader, I'm not talking about, like, PS5 scalpers. If somebody, for example, like, let's say that somebody, like, buys, like, you know, fur coats in, like, one country, right? And then sells it in another country where that fur coat is not available. I wouldn't really call that scalping. That's, like, more he's, you know, moving the product from, like, one country to another country where it's not available and selling it. But if somebody is, like, buying, like, a PS5 in the same country and, like, preventing other people from, like, buying it because they're buying it up and they're using bots to buy it up too, and then they're trying to resell it for, like, you know, double, triple the price, that person's a scumbag. So, you know, those people are just scumbags. But do you know what's even worse than the scalpers, guys? What's even worse than the PS5 scalpers are the people that sell the PS5 boxes for like $1,000. And I'm not joking. There's people that actually sell PlayStation 5 boxes, like online. If you go like on eBay, you'll find people that are selling like PS5 boxes for like $1,000. Like people actually do that. And what happens is in the description they write at the very back of the description they write box only. But what happens is people see that, and then they'll think it's a PS5 and they'll buy it. So the scammers know exactly what they're doing. Nobody's gonna pay $1,000 for a PS5 box. Yeah, I don't know what the YouTuber is called, Lammy. I'm gonna do a video about it tomorrow, but some YouTuber, like, you know, got a bunch of people together in, like, New York giving away PS5s, and it caused a panic, and a bunch of people started being aggressive in the crowd, and NYPD, you know, wasted resources with that. It was stupid. Kai Senat, that's his name? Okay. Okay. No, I play this game every Friday, though. Don't want to really answer that question, Evil Man Lewis. Hi Pro, is the bounty hunter role the best for leveling up in Red Dead Redemption 2? Oh yeah, and it was there was that one guy who was asking me about leveling up. The person that was asking me about leveling up your character in Red Dead Online, are you still here? The person that asked me about leveling up, are you still here? I heard about that, Lexi, yes. Let's see here, Elected 7 of 15. Okay. Okay, drifting astronaut. Hold on one second. What egg am I missing here? What egg am I missing? There's one egg that I'm missing that I didn't have. Let me look at the Red Dead. Okay, hang on one second. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Let me see, Red Dead Collector's map. Okay, what egg am I missing? Hold on one second. Let's see here. Oh bird eggs. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Egg red? Okay, hang on. Egg red. Okay, I see the egg red egg. Okay. Okay, 1 second here. Where's this, Okay, right there is where the egg should be. Can you guys deliver the target to Armadillo? I enjoy your stream, thank you. Hi, Patrick. Happy Friday. I know generally you don't like celebrities, but did you see where The Rock bought that homeless UFC fighter a house? No, I didn't, Eric. Well, that's very nice of him to do something like that. You know, not every celebrity is a scumbag. Some celebrities do good things for people. But unfortunately, there's a lot of entitled celebrities out there. I don't really want to talk about either of them, NBA. Hey, Pro, what's the best way to prevent stealing and theft? Have your stuff on you at all times. Keep it near you. I'm okay, Mr. Waifu. Oh, let me look, Justin, if I didn't see it. I'm sorry. You made a super chat? Let me look at my, Okay. Okay, I see it, I see it now, here. This is weird. Did Justin's super chat appear for anybody else? I'm seeing it when I log into my, on my, page on super chats. I see it, but I don't see it. That's a bit weird. But I see your super chat now. Hi, Pro. I hope you're having a good evening. I was wondering if we can sell my Trader and Moonshiner. Yes, we can. We can. Oh, hey, Razu. Phil Cassidy is a character that appeared in multiple GTA games. He's a guy who pretends to be in the army. Let me see here. Go to... Okay, Justin. Do you know a YouTuber called Mr. Beast? And if so, what's your opinion on him? I don't really have much of a problem with him. He seems like a good guy to me. Thank you, Mikey, for subscribing to the channel. Hey, Pro, here's a crazy story for you. I was on a Star Wars Discord server, and I met a group of people who insist that the CIS are the good guys, while that's nowhere near true. Dooku and Grievous. Are you talking about, you're talking about the Separatists in Star Wars, right? That's what you're talking about? I actually know Star Wars lore a bit well, and so I could actually answer that for you. Do I consider the Separatists in Star Wars, do I consider them to be evil? No. I don't think the Separatists are the good guys, but I don't think they're the bad guys either. And I don't think the Republic and Star Wars are the good guys either, but I don't think they're the bad guys either, too. I think the Clone Wars is more of a controversial war in Star Wars. It's more, you can make arguments for both sides of the Clone Wars. But what I will say, the Empire, on the other hand, the Empire is evil. The Separatists, I wouldn't say the Separatists were evil. Now, some of the Separatist leaders were evil. Like, you had Grievous and Dooku. You definitely had really bad people in the Separatists. But that was their leaders. If you look instead at the average Separatist, like, just the average Separatist and, what they, believed in Star Wars, they weren't necessarily bad people. Okay, here. Get this egg down here. Okay, so, I was gonna... Okay, that's all of the eggs here. Okay, do you understand what I mean, though, Mr. Blue Wolf? And let me show you now how to rank up fast. So, basically, you use, like, the Red Dead Collector's map, right? And, let me see. Where is Madame Nazar right now? Where is she? I think I could just also sell it to, a post office. I could probably do that, too. Yeah, Jean Rupke map is pretty good. Have I ever gotten pickpocketed? How to avoid it? No, I've never gotten pickpocketed before. But, you know, the best way to avoid getting pickpocketed and, like, you know, is just keep your stuff on you at all times. And it's actually better if you have, like, a coat pocket, make sure that you zipper it. And you keep your phone in that. That's a better way, and you won't really get pickpocketed. Because then the pickpocket will then have to unzipper that. And that's a lot harder for them to do that. Yeah, my opinion on Kai Cenat arrested in New York City for inciting a riot. I will do a YouTube video about that, yes. I'll do a video about that 3rd Street, tomorrow. Are you still here, Mr. Blue Wolf? Pro, are you a Democrat or Republican? I don't really speak politics. I tend to stay out of that. Let me go over to a post office here. The separatists in the Star Wars world had different reasons for seceding from the Republic. The Nemodians, for example, who were largely in charge of the Trade Federation, the main reason that they seceded from the Republic was because of taxes. The other separatist worlds, for example, like the Geonosians, and the what is it also? There's another separatist world that I'm thinking of. There was the reason that they actually seceded from the Republic in Star Wars was because they were not giving fair representation in the Republic. The Republic was, and let me look at, this is how you basically rank up quick. You finish collectibles, and then you basically send them out. And when you do that, you get paid for it, but you get a ton of XP. And so look at that, 1,500 XP, and you just keep doing that with the collectibles. You pick them up, and you'll get, like, let me see here. They just demoted one of the night managers at my work for being lazy. I have been doing the truck alone for a year, and they won't give me the job. Oh. Do they... Let me ask you something else, Feline King. Do they expect you to do the same thing that the night manager was doing? Like, do they expect you to act like a night manager, but they won't give you the promotion? Like, what the night manager was doing beforehand. Do they expect you to do what he was doing without giving you a promotion? Is that what they're doing? And thank you, Lendon. Kind of plausible World War II question. Do you by any chance know of all the foreign regiments unit in the, well, in there was a lot of collaborators in the, there's a lot of collaborators in the SS during World War II. You had the, there was a French SS, there was a Dutch SS, there was a Finnish SS, I believe, there was a Ukrainian SS, there was a Belarusian SS, there was a lot of different collaborators that were in the that collaborated in the SS. So there's a lot of different units that fought in them. The SS were some of the worst you know, human beings ever, and they were the most fanatical to the Nazi regime. There was that one SS unit that was in Eastern Europe, and I forget what the name of the unit was, but it was a unit that was comprised mostly of criminals, like really dangerous criminals, like murderers, rapists, and they were put into like one unit, and they were like the most brutal and like the worst one. I forget what the name of the unit was. It was in Eastern Europe, but it was like a really, really evil, you know, group. It's Blinded Eagle. I don't know if you caught yourself making a mistake. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Did you hear about this mom who died from drinking too much water? I kid you not. Yes, I actually did hear about that. So yes, you cannot actually drink that much water at once. You know, she was very dehydrated, but if you actually drink more water than your body can process, your body can't handle that. Thank you, London, for the super chat. Let me see here. Did Feline King respond? Oh, thank you, Stink Meaner. That's the thing about that is I've actually been watching Boondocks a lot recently. Who would win in a fight, CJ or Claude? I say Claude. Probably CJ would probably win because he has a lot of hand-to-hand experience and, you know, he knows the different fight styles, and CJ also works out. Let me see, did Feline King respond? Yes, they do. Okay, well, Feline King, this is what you do, at this point, is if the job that you're working at, if they refuse to promote you to a manager, but they expect you to do the same roles as a manager, don't do them. That's what I would say. I'm not trying to get you fired from your job or anything like that, but what I would say to you is that look at your job description. Make sure you find out what your job description is exactly in case your boss complains to you, and make sure you have that ready. And so if your boss expects you to do manager duties, but is not willing to promote you to manager, then you shouldn't be doing that if you're not a manager. He can't expect you to do manager duties if he doesn't want to promote you to a manager. And so if you're, basically what I would do if I was you, is I would just say to just do your job description. That's it. Only do your job description, what your job just requires you to do. Find out what your job description is and just do that. Because they can expect you to do a manager's duties if they don't want to promote you to manager. That's a scam, basically what that is they're expecting you to do extra work. That's not part of your job description. That's a scam. Let me see here. You're 100% right, Pro. Thank you, Mustang. Pro's a history lover. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on the Roman Senate killing Caesar? And do you think it was a good or a bad idea? Well, the thing about this is that when you have to also remember this. The reason that the senators in Rome assassinated Caesar, the reason they stabbed him to death, it wasn't because they thought that Caesar was like a bad person or that Caesar was doing bad things. The reason that they killed him is because those senators had their own interests. That's pretty much what it was. So they didn't kill Caesar because they thought that Caesar was like, you know, an evil person or doing horrible things. They killed him because they had their own interests. They wanted to replace him with somebody else. That was the primary reason for that. You know, it wasn't just the general public overthrowing and killing Caesar. It was a bunch of senators that did it. And so, you know, look at what happened to Rome later on. Rome had a lot of really psycho leaders afterwards. So that was, so maybe if Caesar hadn't been killed and Caesar had transitioned the government to somebody else, maybe Rome wouldn't have had as much psycho emperors. You know, I know Caesar did do some messed up things, sure, but he wasn't as, you know, Caesar wasn't as bad as some of the other Roman emperors. Some of the other Roman emperors were much worse than him. GTA 4 Remastered or Kane and Lynch 1 and 2 Remastered? GTA 4 Remastered. As much as I love Kane and Lynch 1 and 2, I'd like to see a GTA 4 Remaster. Pro, do we need a stock market? I mean, I don't think we necessarily need it. I mean, the stock market can help, you know, it's a way for people to make extra money, you know, but the stock market, on the other hand, unfortunately gets manipulated a lot. Well, I don't really want to say which one was, you know, was worse than the other, Lendon. They were just all really evil, horrible people. That's what I'll say about it. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, I am 29. Pro, what's the best way to prevent people from being robbed? Well, the thing about that is that sometimes people are their worst enemies when it comes to getting robbed. Because it's more about what the person has to do. Because the government can have really good police, and, you know, police that deals with that really quickly, and we can even have a good system that punishes them for that. But people are also responsible for themselves. That's the way that I look at it. Here's the thing, what I'll say about this. One thing that you can do to stop yourself from getting robbed, like one thing you can do, and this will actually reduce your chances of getting robbed, is stop using headphones. That's what I'll say about that. If you want to listen to your music on headphones and stuff like that, you know, the earbuds and all that other stuff, then do it in a gym. Do it in a gym, you know, do it at home. Do it in some place where you're not vulnerable. Because what I see, and I see this in New York all the time. I see this in New York when I used to live in New York. I see people, they walk up and down the street with their headphones. They're just listening to music. They're not paying attention to their surroundings. And that is literally like a red flag right there. If you're literally listening to your headphones, you're listening to your music, and you're not paying attention to your surroundings, that makes you much more of a target of robbery. So if you're walking around listening to your music, don't do that. Don't do that on headphones. If you want to listen to it on headphones, do it at the gym. Like, you know, do it at home. Do it at some place where, you know, you're not going to get, like, jumped. But if you're, like, walking around in public with your headphones, robber's going to be like, oh, he's not paying attention. I'm going to jump him right now. And so that increases your likelihood of getting robbed by a lot. One other thing that you can do to avoid getting robbed is to stop shopping at night. Shop at daytime. Because if you shop at night, you have a much higher chance of getting robbed. Another thing that you can do is to stop yourself from getting robbed is to make sure that you don't keep anything valuable in the car. Well, that would be more of a thief instead of a robbery, because robbery involves force. But still, don't keep anything valuable inside the car. And if you do have to keep something valuable inside the car, you know, keep it at a plain sight. Like, one of the stupidest things that people do, and, like, you know, here in my the town that I live in here in the Midwest, what people do is, people are way more trusting than New Yorkers. That's what I'll say about that here in the Midwest. New Yorkers are very paranoid people, where Midwesterners, from what I've seen, I've been living here for 3 years, they're much more trusting, which that can both be a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing to a degree because, you know, you're friendly to people, you're willing to engage with people, but it can also be a bad thing is that people can lure you into crap. And what I basically say about this is that what people tend to do, one of the stupidest things that people do is, I see it on my local news, I see it all the time, where what people will do is they will leave their laptops, they'll leave their MacBooks, they'll leave their laptops on the car seat. And that's one of the stupidest things that you can do, because thieves will walk around parking lots and they'll look in the windows, and if they see like a laptop on a car seat, they're going to smash the window and take the laptop. That's like one of the stupidest things that you can do, is when you literally leave something valuable on the car seat, because people are going to do that. They're going to take that. And I'll tell you this, you know, whenever I do shop, you know, if I buy something, like, you know, like a video game or something like that, and I want to go to another store and I leave it in my car, what I do is I put it in the glove compartment, or I hide it under a seat. You don't, you know, put like a video game or something like that on the seat, because then they're going to see that and they're going to break the window and they're going to take your stuff. So, you know, you don't do stuff like that. Another thing that you can do to reduce robbery, this one might be a little bit more controversial, but in my opinion, is allow people to defend themselves. Because there's a lot of countries that don't allow people to defend themselves, but if you allow people to defend themselves, you know, on my personal viewpoint, I think there'd be a lot less victims if robbers knew that people can defend themselves when they're getting robbed, when they're trying to rob somebody. So I think that would also help generally. So all those other things that I listed could definitely, you got to basically watch out for yourself, because the government isn't going to be there to always protect you. So that's what I'll say about that too. Why don't you do PvP on GTA? Because PvP is a waste of time. PvP is stupid and a waste of time. That's what I would say about PvP on GTA. Because look, here's what I'll say about this. When are you going to stop playing GTA Online or Red Dead Online? Never really. I'm still going to keep playing them. Even when GTA Online ends its final update, I'll still keep doing streams on it every week. So it's like when GTA stops its updates, I'm not going to stop streaming GTA. I'll still keep doing it. But listen, if somebody challenges me to like a 1v1 on Red Dead Online, I'm much more likely to accept that 1v1 than like if somebody challenges me to a 1v1 on GTA Online. Because the PvP on GTA Online And don't get me wrong, GTA Online is one of my favorite online games. The PvP on GTA Online is broken. It's stupid. It's garbage. Let me head over to. We're gonna head over to Van Horn. The PvP on GTA Online, it's so garbage. It's like people will do the cheapest things ever. Like people will activate Ghost Organization. They'll teleport back to their facility with a heist invite. They'll orbital cannon you. You know, they will. One of the stupidest things that I've seen people do is I have fought several people in PvP, and eventually I'm gonna have a YouTube video out. Probably later this year, maybe like in fall time. And I'm trying to get footage together right now of like random people because I want to like find random people that are doing it. And I've recorded already a few of them, but there's a video that I'm working on that I want to release later in fall. And that video is going to be top 10 most annoying types of players in GTA Online in 2023, like an updated version, because I made a video in 2019, and so like 4 years later I want to make like an updated version. And like one of the things that really annoys me, and I find it so cheap, is has that ever happened to you guys where like you're fighting somebody in free mode, and the person that you're fighting in free mode, every single time you're about to, like, you know, fight them, what they do is they fire an RPG at you and then sticky bomb themselves. Like, I have seen so many people do that. They will fire an RPG at you and then sticky bomb themselves, blow themselves up. So they'll fire an RPG at you and then blow themselves up. And that's honestly like one of the cheapest, stupidest things that I've seen people do. It's so annoying. It's like, it's such a stupid thing to do. You fire an RPG at somebody and you blow yourself up. And that's why I say the PvP in GTA Online is garbage. And the worst part about this is that the people that do this stuff actually think they're good at the game. They actually think this takes skill. They actually think that makes them good when they do stuff like that. And that's what I honestly can't stand about it. Okay. Let's see here. Free roam missions.
Hello. Can you keep a secret? I'm all secrets, me. Tell me something, and I won't tell a soul. Discretion is an undervalued quality, particularly nowadays.
Yeah, Razu, I gotta check if I have space, but I can invite you. Are you playing Vice City tomorrow? No, tomorrow we'll do the Saboteur, 100%. We'll probably do that as a stream. What are your thoughts on AI, and how do you think it will affect the jobs in the future? It's a great question, Lopez. I'll answer in just 1 second here. Hang on a second here. And Razu, I'll invite you after this job, okay? Because we can't invite in the middle of a mission. Let me see here. Can I actually invite right now? Maybe I actually can. Oh, I actually might be able to. Okay. I sent an invite out. One guy in the chat wanted you to say his name, but your mods banned him. He's just really a fan of your channel. Oh, who was it? Who was it that got banned? I can take care of that right now, then, Imperialist. It might be... Well, I'm sorry whoever got banned. We just... The moderators just really don't like it when you spam, so just please don't spam. But if you tell me who it is, I will, oh, he was timed out? Okay, so after, you know, after a few minutes, he'll be back in chat. Then. But who was the, who was it? Yeah, just don't spam in chat. That's what I'll say, is don't spam, please. Please say hello, my name. Well, hello, Florin, George? Hello. Hey, man. My first console's the PS1. Okay, now, well, hello, Florin George. I'm sorry that you got timed out, but just please don't spam, man. Okay, so Lopez was asking me, what is your opinion on AI, and do you think it will affect the world and jobs in the future? Yes. And I think that it's going to be... I think that AI is going to be disastrous for the economy. I think it's going to destroy the economy in the future. I do believe that. Now, here's the thing about AI, is I don't think that AI is gonna like take over the world and go Terminator crazy. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think that the AI is I think AI is a threat to the world in another way. Not like Terminator threat, but more of like, it's more a threat to the world. It's a threat to jobs, and it's a threat to the economy. Because, for example, like, do you know one job that's gonna be replaced by AI? Trucking. Trucking is gonna be replaced by AI. In the future, I'm telling you, this is gonna happen. In like the next 10 years, a lot of truckers are going to lose their jobs in the next 10 years. And they're going to be replaced by self-driving trucks. That is going to happen in the next 10 years. It's going to be truckers who are going to be losing a lot of their jobs. Now, trucking is one of the best jobs in America. And it's not an easy job, too. But it does pay well. It depends on the company that you're working for, obviously. But a lot of truckers are going to lose their job. And they're going to be replaced by these, AI driving trucks. And look, normally I don't like the government getting involved in the economy, but like I don't think that they should be able to do that. I don't think companies should be able to replace their drivers with AI drivers. I don't think they should do that because it's gonna hurt the country. If companies start firing their workers and replacing them with AI drivers, that's not gonna help the country. It's not gonna help the economy. It hurts the country actually because more people are out of work. It's only gonna benefit the large companies, and so I think that a lot of people are gonna lose their jobs due to AI. I think it's gonna happen. So that I think is a huge possibility. And the thing about this is, there's a lot of people that say, oh, the truckers should just get another job. They should just find something else. But the thing is, though, is they can't find anything else a lot of times. What people don't understand about these truckers is a lot of these truckers come from very small towns. And these very small towns don't have a lot of jobs. They don't have a lot of places that you can apply to. And so most people in those small towns are working for a farm, or they're working at like a store, or they are driving a truck. Now, here's the thing. Farm work and working in a store does not pay the same amount as a trucker. Truckers get paid way more than them. And so you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be out of work, and what's going to happen is those truckers are going to move out of those towns, and those towns are going to lose business, and what's going to happen is those towns are then going to become basically ghost towns. A lot of times. They're going to lose a lot of customers, a lot of business. And the truckers are going to move to cities, and they're going to compete with people in the cities for jobs. And so that's what I think about, AI, is I think that ultimately that, AI is going to take away a lot of jobs. I think it's going to happen. Any update on the police report? No, it's been 5 days since I made the second police report, and the Nigerian police have basically 2 days to respond to me left. Because they sent me an auto response back, and the auto response says that they will respond to me within a week. And I've been checking every day. Every day I check my email, and it's been 5 days, so it's 2 days left before it's a week, and they have not replied to me yet. I don't know if that's gonna happen though, Imperialist. Hey Pro, what do you think is the best way to feel happy with yourself when you accomplish something? If you do something that you make something, you create something, I think that will that puts everyone, in a much better mood. Like for me, for example, like what puts me in a really good mood is sometimes when I go back on my channel and I go back like months and even years, and I look at some of the videos and I look at how much they've grown, and I'd be like, yeah, I put that together. I worked hard on that, and like a lot of people like it a lot, and that makes me happy. So I would say that it's that it would just be trying to create something. I would say probably would make people happy, and like being proud of your work. And it doesn't have to be like a YouTube video, just creating anything and just being proud of your work. I think that will Hey Mario, how are you? And I mean, you look at cashiers. Cashiers are already getting replaced with AI. Look at the self-checkouts. Look at how many of those there are. And let's get over here. We'll get over to Hamish here. But yeah, cashiers are being replaced by AI, and I'll tell you something. I don't like self-checkouts. I don't. Because the thing about self-checkouts is, what I find annoying about them is that when I'm scanning like a lot of stuff, here's the thing. If I go to a cashier, right, and the cashier makes a mistake, I could just go back to the store and get a refund if the cashier makes a mistake. If the cashier doesn't scan an item and I walk out with that, I'm not really blamed for that because it wasn't my fault. The cashier bagged it, they didn't scan it. But here's the thing about this. if you're at a self-checkout, you're completely responsible for all of that. And so when I do grocery trips to the supermarket, I do big grocery trips. So like when I shop for like a month's worth of food. I'm just that type of person. I always stock up for like weeks ahead of time. And so I will buy like 3 or 4 weeks of food. And whatever I don't eat, I put in the freezer. And so whenever I go to the self-checkout, I have like a whole cart of stuff. And I'm like trying to neatly like, you know, put everything together. I don't have a lot of space on it. Not as much as the regular, like, you know, the regular cashier ones. There's a lot more space on those. And what I'm doing is I'm scanning all the items. And I'm just like really scared. I'm really scared that I'm going to make a mistake. Like I'm scared that I'm going to make a mistake. And that I'm not going to scan the, right item. I'm going to miss an item and they're going to accuse me of theft. That's what I was always scared of whenever I do self-checkouts. I'm always scared that I'm going to make a mistake. And I look at the electronic receipt like two or three times to make sure that I scanned everything. And so that's how paranoid I am. That I'm always like scared that I'm going to miss something. That's why I don't like self-checkout. I honestly would rather have an actual person help me. So that's what I don't like about the self-checkouts. And what I find annoying about the self-checkouts is if you accidentally scan an item twice, you have to call somebody over to unlock the machine for you. So if you scan something twice and then you try to remove it from the machine, it locks. And you have to call over a store associate. And I've had that happen to me multiple times, where I scan an item 2 times by accident, I only have one of the item, and then I try to delete it from the second item, and it says, like, call store associate, and the machine is locked, and I can't use it anymore. I can't even scan anything else. And it's just, that gets me annoyed. It's annoying as hell. And what happens is the store associate comes over, I have to show them all my bags, and I have to say, I only bought one of these items, I accidentally scanned it twice, and then they remove it from me. But it's annoying. And that's what I say is I just don't like the self-checkouts.
What would I do without you?
What if law enforcement is replaced by AI? Oh god, don't give them any ideas. That'd be even worse.
Okay then.
Bring back the grandpa voice. Oh, thank you, Lucius. I fought in the Cuban Missile Crisis, and I protected Florida from communism. That's the grandpa voice I did when I was pissing off the scammer.
The best way to stop him.
No, Stink Meter, I saw your super chat earlier. I answered it, I think. Let me look at it again.
As wrong-headed a bunch as I ever encountered. No one who actually fought that war would wish to see it reignited, I can promise you. Whatever side they was on. So let's just leave them on the banks, okay? Get them
boats. Let me see here,
Good luck.
I answered your question. It was about CJ or Claude. I answered it, Stink Meter. I did. I basically said that CJ would win that fight because CJ is trained in fighting, and also because CJ works out. Hey, Pro, did you see that video I sent you on Portland? No, I haven't. I could take a look at it later, Mario. Thank you for the super chat. Let me see. Blinded Eagle, I missed your super chat. Let me look here. My job's been going good, by the way, in case you're wondering. I already knew the manager who's my boss, and he's pretty cool. First day was pretty hectic, but all right. Oh, okay. That's good then. That's good then, Blinded Eagle. I'm glad that everything's working out at your job. I bought a hangar recently in GTA Online the night before this event week. At least I'm decently rich in GTA Online with about 125 million. That is pretty good. You're pretty much set. You're pretty much set for what, I think DL Gaming. I think that you're set for the rest of GTA's life cycle. So for however many more updates GTA Online has in its life cycle, I think that 125 million will cover the rest of the updates. So you don't even need to really grind if you think about it. Best way to prevent home invasion? Best way to prevent home invasion is, have a more fortified door, a more fortified lock. There are specific locks that you can actually buy that are way more fortified and actually will people won't actually be able to kick down the door, and you actually don't have to spend that much money. There are screws that you can actually put inside the door lock, which will stop people from kicking the door open. I would say have a security system. And also, the thing about this is that... Oh, crap. Oh, no, this is not good here. Yeah, I'm trying to get down from this. Oh, no, this is not good. Yeah, I'm done here. If anybody has ever watched Fargo, the TV show Fargo, there's a psychopath criminal in the show called Lord Malvo. And at one point in the show, he actually threatens this guy, and he tells the guy that people think that because they live on the second or third floor in an apartment building that they don't need an alarm system. And that is actually true. A lot of people that actually live in apartments that are like on the upper floors don't bother with a security system in their apartments. They think, oh, nobody's gonna get into my building. Nobody's gonna try to break into my apartment on the upper floor. That happens all the time. People don't buy a security system there. So they should so just don't think that somebody can't break in. They always can. You know, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Oh yeah, Rocco was a scumbag. Would I ever do a Skyrim walkthrough? Yeah, I might consider it, but I would consider doing a Fallout walkthrough. Pearl, could AI take over the acting industry? Nah, probably not. Thank you, Stinkmeaner. I don't think that AI are ever... I think, you know, acting is something that's always going to be done by people. They do, Zach. My great-grandfather said in the 50s, everyone leaves their doors unlocked. Yeah. Who would win, Franklin, Michael, or Trevor? Well, I think that Franklin would lose that fight, because Franklin is not as experienced as Michael and Trevor. Now, between Michael and Trevor, who would win? Probably Trevor. And the reason I'm saying probably Trevor is because Trevor has been still committing crimes for years and has a lot more experience than Michael at this point. So Michael, remember, he kind of, like, retired for temporarily. So I think that, you know, Trevor would probably win, yeah. Have you ever read up about the British guy, Mosley? What do you think of him? Also, keep up the good work, pros. Mosley, I think that's the British fascist during World War II. I think that's who you're talking about. That guy's a traitor. You know, that guy wanted Britain to collaborate with Nazi Germany. That guy's a piece of crap. I just made it to 90 million on GTA Online. Congratulations, Lucius. Thank you for the super chat. Who's my favorite character in the Boondocks? I would probably say Ed and Rummy. Yeah, I say both of them. They're both crazy and they're stupid and they're funny. I don't really watch many horror movies. Are porch pirates common? It happens. Porch pirates can happen in any kind of neighborhood. People think that just because they're in a nice neighborhood that they're not going to be a victim of porch pirates, but porch pirates can happen anywhere. Have you ever watched Friends, the sitcom? I've seen a few episodes of that when I was a kid. It used to be on TV all the time. Thank you, Blinded Eagle. Oh, let me look, London. Probably I'll hit 2 billion eventually. It's not a goal I'm going for right now, but I probably will. Have I seen that scene in the OCP office building RoboCop with that giant Sentry bot AI? That's a good reason to why you shouldn't replace cops with AI systems. Yeah. And you don't know, like, you know, how is AI going to differentiate between criminals and people who aren't criminals? And the thing about this is that police have discretion also. So that's the thing about that. Is AI isn't really going to have discretion. I've seen a rise in pretty much everything. Is you know, prices of just food are just generally going up. Inflation is just annoying. I'll play LA Noire this year, yeah. I'll probably play it this year. Let me see here. Let's get these guys here. My favorite GTA game? GTA 4. How are you good at snipers? Are you good at snipers Red Dead Online? I'm okay. Let me see. You know I write cartoon fanfiction relating to Woody Woodpecker. I even use the Boondocks as a blueprint. Oh, you write cartoon fanfiction. That's cool, Zach. What is this? How old are you? I'm 29. It's 6 a.m. I casually wake up and I see the big homie live. I guess work can wait. Well, if you gotta go to work, I don't want to hold you up, man. I'm gonna start streaming a bit earlier. I'm sorry I've been starting a bit late or lately. King Edward, VII was a traitor also. He gave the Germans info on key locations to bomb in Britain as he wanted the Germans to win so he could become king again. He is known as the Traitor King. Yeah, and I don't think he was punished. I don't think he was punished after the war. Thank you, Specialist, for the super chat. What's your opinion on Yoda in Star Wars? Generally a good person, but I would say that he was too ignorant. Like, especially with things that was going on during the Clone Wars. And also with just how obsessed he was with emotion. I think Yoda was too obsessed with emotion. He wanted the Jedi to be like emotionless beings, you know, no. The reason why the Sentry bought lit up that young associate even though he dropped the Desert Eagle was because he didn't turn the safety back on when he dropped the Desert Eagle, making him a threat kinda. Oh, okay, Lendon. Thank you for the super thank you for the comments, but it's what is it, and that's exactly the situation. Is if somebody dropped a gun and they had their hands up, the cop wouldn't really deem them, well, they would still try to obviously restrain them, but the cop wouldn't just, you know, you're not supposed to open fire on somebody who's holding up their hands. You know, you can't do that. But it was the AI in RoboCop that still did that. And I can't believe that for that test, I know it's a movie, but I can't believe for that test that they had the thing loaded with real ammunition when they were doing the test. That's stupid. Max Payne is a bit fun. The only thing I don't like about Max Payne 1 is I hate the shotgun enemies. I hate the shotgun enemies in Max Payne 1 because the shotgun enemies will snipe you. Like, even though it's a shotgun, they'll snipe you and they'll one-shot kill you. That's one thing I don't like about Max Payne. Hey bro, so the safe house garage where you win the race in San Fierro belonging to Claude, do you think Salvatore knew who Sonny was? Oh, Salvatore definitely knew who Sonny was. He mentions it in the intro to San Andreas. He says that, you know, ever since Sonny Forelli got splattered all over Florida, you think you run things. He said that to Johnny Sindacco. Wait, what about Hector Salamanca? What if the U.S. military is replaced by a private military corporation? That'll be a disaster. You don't want that to happen. I'm gonna cringe at the shotgun in Max Payne. The actor who played Hector died today. Oh no, did he? Oh, that's horrible. Mark Margolis was his name, right? He was man, that's unfortunate. He was a great actor. That guy's been acting for decades. But the thing about that is, I didn't even know him from Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. I knew him from Scarface. I always remembered him as yeah. What was his name? Alberto. Alberto in Scarface. I always remembered him as Alberto in Scarface. Okay. What happened in New York? Oh, there was some YouTuber that like did a there was some YouTuber that did like a some PlayStation like giveaway, and it ended in a disaster. Okay. Oh, and thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for sponsoring the channel. Thank you. If you ever had the chance to act, would you prefer to play as the villain or the good guy? It depends on what kind of movie. If we're talking like a mafia film, I'd rather play as a mobster. I think I can, because I was saying that, you know, here's the thing. Do you know what villain, if they made a Fallout New Vegas movie, if anybody's ever played Fallout New Vegas, because I'm a big fan of Fallout New Vegas. If they ever made a Fallout New Vegas movie, do you know what villain I would love to play as in the Fallout New Vegas movie? I think I would actually do a really good job of playing that villain.
I'll find you and make you real sorry.
No, oh no, I wouldn't want to play as Caesar. The Omertas, yes, that's it. That's who I would love to play as. I would love to play as the Omertas, one of the Omertas in, if they did a Fallout New Vegas movie, because the Omertas are basically the Mafia in Fallout New Vegas. But, the thing about that is, a lot of the Omertas have New York accents, which that's kind of weird considering that they're from Nevada, or the Mojave Wasteland. But a lot of the Mafias that are in Las Vegas are from New York, so most of them are. But what I will say about that is, you know, I can do those New York accents that you hear a lot of mobsters have in like movies and games. I can do those accents perfectly. Like I can do the "Hey kid, how you doing? How you doing?" Like I can do that one. I can do the more deeper, like, you know, the more deeper kind of like New Yorker accent, which is like, "Hey, what are we doing today?" Like, you know, that. So I can do those accents. And that's what I could definitely play as like a mafia character in like a movie. I think I could do that. But yeah. If I couldn't play, if there was a Fallout New Vegas movie, if I couldn't play as one of the Omertas, who I would like to play as is I would like to play as Eddie, the leader of the Powder Gangers. So I think I could play as him. get on the horse. Let me see what's going on here with this. What the? Why is this target so far away? What's... What? Okay, hang on. Thoughts on cashless stores? Are you talking about like those stores that like you walk out and they automatically charge you? Is that the one that are those the ones that you're talking about? Hey, Pro, not to be ignorant or racist, why do most New York accents sound like an Italian accent as well? Does New York still have a lot of Italians, or have they... There's a lot of Italian New Yorkers. There are actually very little people that were born in Italy in New York today. There still are some old people that were born in Italy, but New York has a lot of Italian, American New Yorkers. But not a lot of people that were born in Italy today. Like, you'd have people that were born... You'd find, like, thousands of people that were born in Italy, like I'd say 50, 60 years ago. Not really as much anymore, and it's because living standards in Italy have greatly improved. That's why you don't really see that many Italians in man, these things are annoying here. There's these cougars here, but that's why you don't really see any that many elderly like Italian people today, because it's just living standards in Italy are just much better today. But what I will say is that what I will say about the New York accent, because here's the thing about the New York accent. This is what people always get wrong with the New York accent, is that people watch like The Sopranos, or they watch The Godfather, or they watch all that other stuff, and Goodfellas and all the other stuff, and they automatically assume that that's a gangster accent. And if it's not a gangster accent, they automatically assume that it's a Italian, New Yorker accent. But here's the thing about this: there's not really any such thing as a New Yorker, like Italian New Yorker accent. There's a New Yorker accent, because the thing about this is I grew up next to a lot of people that spoke like that, like just like you see in the movies, like, hey, how you doing? Like, I grew up next to people who talk just like that. That's why I can imitate the accent so well. But the thing about that is the reason that I probably never spoke like that, I never developed an accent like that, is because I spoke Polish to my parents at home when I was a kid. And so I probably learned a lot of, like, dialect from my parents, and that's probably why I didn't develop, like, a heavy New Yorker accent. Basically, the thing about this, what people don't understand, and don't worry, Stink Meter, you didn't say anything racist. What I will say about this is people think that it's only Italian New Yorkers talk like that, but I'm telling you that's wrong. There's plenty of people that are not Italian New Yorkers that talk like that have accents just like that. Like, there was a kid that I knew, well, he's, my age right now, but there's a kid that I grew up with in my neighborhood in New York, and the kid that I grew up with, his parents were from Russia. And, he talked just like that, hey, how you doing? Like, just like that. So he was not even 1% Italian. He was 100%, Russian, American. And, he talked like that. So it's this idea that people think that it's all Italians, only Italian Americans talk like that, and they think that it's a gangster accent. But it's not a gangster accent either. There's plenty of people that talk like that don't have gangster accents. And the reason that you hear gangsters talk like that in movies, like, hey, how you doing and stuff like that, is because the gangsters are from New York. And so, of course, they're going to have New York accents if they're from New York. But that's what it is. There was a leaked GT Online beta played on Xenia. Wait, what? What? Blinded Eagle? I'm confused. Any suggestions how I could write Don Mario D'Angelo and underboss Luigi D'Angelo? I did mention I kind of want them to be similar to Woozie's gang. What's the relation between them? Are they brothers? What's the relation between those two? DL Gaming. Okay. In the Valentine Sheriff's Office here. New York is only Manhattan, Britain is only London, Australia is the only Sydney, and Europe is only Paris. Everyone, well, what do you mean by that? Patrolling the Mojave makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Well, yeah, that's from Fallout New Vegas, I remember that. Zenny has a 360 emulator, and there was newly released footage of what G-Timeline was. It was no mods or all emulation, there's a video on it. Huh. I might look into that. I'm curious what that would be. I would like to see, like, a full remake of the original Siphon Filter game, Zach. Oh, and, Justin needed help selling his stuff. I forgot about that. I'm sorry, Justin. I got sidetracked by a bunch of different stuff. Let's sell your stuff now, Justin. Okay. Can't leave a posse while content is active? Okay. Wait, what? What do you, Wait, what are you talking about, Lendon? Just to let you know, Fall Guys celebrates its 3-year anniversary today. A great game, and one day TJDHC myself would like you to join. Oh, thank you, Fernando. I might look into the game. Great. He's still alive? Okay. Free aim, okay. The enemies, okay. Okay, you know what? Let's try something else here. Did we kill all the gang leaders? Wait, what, Lendon? The rolling rifle is 4570, yes. 1 second, guys. What do you want to talk about, gaming expert? Oh, okay, Razu, I'll invite you in a moment. Would you describe yourself as liberal or conservative? I tend to stay out of the politics, really. I would say, if anything, I'm more libertarian. I just tend to stay out of the politics, really. Okay. The thing I don't understand is, why are the enemies so surprised when I shoot their horse? Like, they're so surprised, like I'm not supposed to do that.
I can smell your smoke from here, you son of a bitch! Ah, shit! Look around! You ain't winning here, cock! When? Till we meet again. My gang comes. God help me. Relax.
Okay.
I'm leaving.
Oops. Okay. There's a collectible back here. Thank you, Ken Nijiro, for that super chat. Will I do Red Dead Revolver playthrough? Yes, I will, Emmy, probably later in the year. Wait, Lendon, what were you talking about earlier? I'm confused. Will AI collapse capitalism? No, but AI is going to benefit, like, large companies at the expense of, like, a lot of people who are going to lose their jobs. Okay. Can't leave a posse when content is active? Come on, what content is active right now? We're not doing anything. You like the something chicken? Is that what you were saying, Manix? I understand. I understand Spanish a little bit. Rockstar or EA? What game company is greedier? Well, it'd be Take-Two Interactive. That'd be more to compare it to. Yeah, I would say they're both. At this point, Rockstar's as bad as EA. Wait, but what are you talking about, though, Lendon? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that one, you mean the one against Polish people? Is that what you're talking about? I didn't know what you were talking about. Well, I would say that, I would say yes, I would say that is a slur against Polish people. Let's see here, horse. There's the light. So dark in here. Let me see. Do I agree with Dark Viper AU on reaction content? What is Dark Viper AU's policy on the reaction content again? Can somebody remind me? Oh, I'll look at it in a little bit, DL Gaming. But it's that Dark Viper AU generally doesn't like reaction content, right? Can somebody tell me what Dark Viper AU's views on it is, and I'll tell you whether I agree or not. Let me see here. Any suggestions how I could write the Don Mario D'Angelo and Underboss Luigi? Well, it was, well, I mean, you could basically write them that they're trying to get ahead of each other because they seem like they're related in your novel. But like even mafia families, even people who are directly related to each other, are constantly trying to screw each other over too. Dark Viper thinks that React content is lazy and that it's just reusing another person's content for their own benefit. To a degree, I'll agree. Here's what I do. I don't really do a lot of reactions. I do very little reaction content. But what I will say is that it's fine to do a reaction video every now and then, but it shouldn't be something that you, like, post, like, every day or even every week. If you're gonna do a reaction to something, it might be, like, maybe more acceptable to post it, like, once a month or something like that. But, like, here's the thing about this. There is no reason that, like, reaction videos should be more than, like, 20% of your content. If it's, like, more than 20% of your content, at that point, there's something wrong. There's no reason that it should be more than that. Like, I was thinking about doing a reaction to the Extreme Cheapskates. You guys know that? The Extreme Cheapskates on the, on, like, you know, that TV show for, like, my crazy current events video. But, like, that's, like, the only one I was thinking about doing. But, like, should reaction be monetized? I do not think so. I would say that if it's a video game trailer that somebody's reacting to, I would say that, yes, they should be allowed to monetize it. Because if it's like if you look at the way I do reactions, when I do reactions, I don't just watch, like, the video and just, like, that's it and just, like, laugh a few times. When I do reactions to something, I break it down. I basically give my opinion on every single part. Like, I slow down the video and, like, give my thoughts on it. Like, there was that video I did a reaction to. Like, it was like a month ago, I did a video where there was a guy who he got fired from the store that he worked at because what happened was he followed the shoplifters. There was people that were stealing from the store, and so he followed them to the parking lot. He recorded them, and he recorded their car. And what he did was he took they had their license plate covered up. He ripped it off and he recorded it, and they got arrested. And that I did a reaction to that, and I broke it down step by step, and I talked about everything that happened. But like, that was like a more of a news video. Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing about this. If somebody like uploads on their YouTube channel, like, my content, right? And they upload reacting to professionals, like, you know, top 10 videos, and they make like 100 videos reacting to all my top 10 videos. That's like them just making, you know, money off of my videos at that point. That's like not like I wouldn't say that's an accurate one. I'll tell you guys something though. There was a few reaction videos that I saw online of people reacting to my lore videos. Like, especially my San Andreas lore videos. Like, the one that got reacted to the most was the top 5 hidden signs that Big Smoke was going to betray CJ. Like, there was YouTubers that did react to that video and, like, talked about that. And there was and that was because, like, they were mostly, like, surprised on like on the things that I was pointing out about Big Smoke betraying CJ, and I was fine with that. I didn't really have a problem with people reacting to that, because those YouTubers, they didn't overdo it. They only reacted to like one of my lore videos. It wasn't like you know, people like, you know, reacting to every single one of my lore videos. There was one YouTuber I remember that he did a lore video in response to one of my lore videos, and he was arguing with me about something, about a point that I made in one of my lore videos, telling me that I was wrong on one thing. But I watched his video and it was fine. He was respectful. He wasn't like rude or anything. But I basically commented on his video and I explained, you know, why I felt that my position was right in that analysis. I don't know, I guess the new episodes of SpongeBob aren't as good as the old ones. The old ones are much better. Let me see here. Justin needed help selling, right? I cannot stand down. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave the posse. Hi, Patrick. Love from Indio. Thank you, Prodi. Thank you, man. Guys, follow me into this new session here. I haven't seen them do anything crazy recently, but I'm gonna do a video on that New York City PS5 thing tomorrow. Antonio Grumsky? I don't know who that is. Thank you, Mario, for the super chat. I will have to look the person up because I don't know who that is. He was an Italian communist? No, he was a philosopher. I don't know much about this guy. What I can tell you is I just don't like communism. There was another, super chat I did regarding Johnny Gat. Did you post another one? Let me look. I'm sorry, then. Am I the only one who thinks that Gat's voice slightly changed from Saints Row 1 to Saints Row 2? I felt he had a street accent of some sort in the former game. I think it was the same actor who played him, right? I think his voice was still fine. I thought it was like Johnny was a lot bigger in Saints Row 2 than he was in Saints Row 1, if you noticed, though. But that's probably, he was probably working out in prison a lot. How much do you know of Spider-Man lore? Not really that well. Yeah, I wouldn't say I really know it that well. I do know a lot of the villains and the characters, but... We're gonna have to be careful because this is gonna be a public session, so, you know, everyone's get your best guns and get explosive rounds too, if you have them, just so you can defend yourselves if let's see here. Yeah, I will consider playing Hogwarts Legacy. Who's more gangster, Brian Jeremy or the new Saints Brian? You could call people like Lamar and get gang backup. Oh, so kind of similar to like what Dwayne had, right? Start your sale from here. Oh, it's right here, okay. Who's the most evil in Fallout New Vegas? I would say probably Miscellaneous is probably the most evil character in Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, I'll do another Days Gone playthrough. I'll definitely consider it. I watched a part of it, but I never got the chance to finish it, Yoda. Yes, I'll probably buy the Red Dead Redemption 1 remaster. Oh, I didn't know about that, random gamer. Good evening. Well, hello, crevettes. Oh, oak leaf camouflage. Okay, Phoenix. The best legendary bounty? I would say it's probably Etta Doyle. But some of the weapons that they have later in enemy front aren't the most accurate historically, though, Phoenix. Let me see, Zach. What did Zach say earlier? What do you think about my idea for a heat system in Payday 3? Also, do you think the heat levels are appropriate, or should I make up a condition to condition 5? I think that the I think if you like kill civilians or something like that, the police response time should be faster than like another heist. Like there'll be more police after you. Maybe like there's like a maybe you can like pay off cops to kind of like lower it down. They could do something like that. No, just keep going. Don't wait for me. Just keep going. Who's that? Yeah, I'll probably play Saints Row 4. I think having the occasional cigar is bad. Cigars can be really bad for you, yes. Thank you, Blinded Eagle. I don't remember a lot of the factions in Payday 2, but I do remember that there's a faction in Payday 2 that's based on Blackwater, the mercenary group. I think it's like over 10 minutes, the best, you know, payout time at that point. I think it's 15 minutes, you get even longer, but it's just better to do it at 10 minutes. Oh, no, I'm not ignoring your question, NBA. I just didn't see it. Probably. It will. Okay, you need to sell a trader right now, right? Let's do that then. Bro, what if Sonny and Lance killed Tommy, maybe Ken? Well, Lance would be dead next. Lance is an idiot that he thinks that Sonny Forelli would actually split Tommy's empire with him. Wildlife photographer, I don't like that one. Wait, Justin, are you selling anything else? What's going on? Pro opinion on Jameson, do you think his hate for Peter as Spider-Man is justified? It depends the version of Jameson, because a lot of the versions of him are different. But he's just a dumb, like, he's just a dumb reporter that's just trying to get, like, you know, as many views as possible. And so he's even gonna say stupid things. Love your scammer video. The reason why scammers in India use WhatsApp is because the internet connection in their offices is really bad, and WhatsApp is an app which runs smoothly even with bad internet. Oh, okay, Prati, thank you for telling me about that. I will probably have more videos of pissing off scammers in the future. If I come across any other scammer, I'll probably do like a video pissing them off again in the future. Oh, okay, Justin, that's okay then. Okay. Let's go to my Moonshine Shack then. Let's see what's going on at my Moonshine Shack. Okay. And there, speaking of which, when you were telling me about that thing with Lance, I think I'm gonna make a poll about that. You know what? I'm gonna make a poll about that. See here. Let's see here. Let me see. This will be an interesting poll to make. Okay. Let's see here. 1 second here, guys. Yeah, this is actually going to be a pretty interesting poll to make. I wonder how people are going to... I think this is probably... People are probably going to vote 90% that, that Sonny's going to betray, Lance. I mean, do you guys agree with me that, like, the GTA lore, and anybody knows that knows the Vice City, what is it, if Lance, if Sonny and Lance killed Tommy, do you guys think that Sonny Forelli would have split Lance, Tommy's criminal empire with Lance, or do you think he would have betrayed him? Let me know on that, and I'm gonna make the poll right now, see how people... I'm really curious how people vote in this. Okay, second. Okay, just 1 second. This is gonna be an interesting one to put up. Yeah, okay, I put up the poll. I'm curious how people are gonna vote in this. Yeah, I'm looking at the votes. Most people are already saying that he would have. It's already polled. I just put up the poll. That was a pretty interesting question to ask me, by the way. That was. I hope you're okay with me using it as a poll question. But let's see here. Since Payday 3 is crossplay, it would be cool to see you and Gilly do some multiplayer joint streams. You guys are two of my favorite YouTubers. Thank you, Eric. Me and Gilly have actually played before, but we've done that mostly in Modern Warfare, but I haven't streamed Modern Warfare with him, but he streamed it when I played with him. Let me start up here. No, those are Diaz's men, Stink Meaner. Oh, the Boondocks would definitely not be allowed on TV today, 100%. Like, all the stuff that's in the Boondocks, that would definitely not be allowed on TV today. I'm gonna announce it very soon, Blinded Eagle. It'll be early next week. When was that? Oh, it was in the past when he was like months ago. I think the last time I joined him on like a Modern Warfare stream was months ago.
Excusez-moi. Your boss has a batch ready to deliver. If you are interested. A bientôt. The prices are typical at present. Not a bad time to buy ingredients.
Razu, are you gonna join the
I see you have a new
Are you gonna join the posse? And yeah, we can do your casino heist on, you know, the stream on Sunday if you want to do that. Let's look at the poll. Let's look at the Lance Vance poll. Let's look at what it is.
The saloon already has some of our latest batch of old beef. I hope you will try it. Have you seen we
95% he would have betrayed Lance.
Does the current batch work for them? Some customers have put in new orders. Do we need to change the flavor?
Okay. So who was it that asked me that question if about Sonny and Lance? Who was that again? Do you think Lance would have been capable of betrayed Vic as well? No, I don't think Lance would have betrayed Vic because that's his brother after all. But I would say that Lance was not as affected by Vic's death. Like I wouldn't say he was mourning as much as a lot of other people would. I did. Oh, okay. Well, Ghost Yoda, you're okay with me using that as a poll question because we're asking my community.
We have
but
some new potential customers. Does the current flavor work for them?
okay. You can quick save in Max Payne by pressing F5. Thank you for telling me, Rid. I'll keep that in mind. That'll be useful for my next part. Thank you, Rid. Okay. Okay, Ghost Yoda. Well, it was a really good point. You brought up a really good point. It's wanted to ask my community, like, what they think, too. Oh. We're not going to sell this here. You know, speaking of which, I'm thinking there's a video game that I want to play, and I'm going to play it later in the fall. And every single time I look at Marcel, I think of the video game. But it's the reason I think of Marcel is for two reasons, because Marcel is French, and also it's because the video game actually came out the exact same time that the Moonshiners came out on PlayStation. It was on PC for some time, but it came out on PlayStation in fall of 2019. But basically, there's this game called We the Revolution. If anybody knows We the Revolution. And it's a game set during the French Revolution, and We the Revolution is the most historically accurate game that I've ever played. Like, it's very, very historically accurate, with like what happens in the French Revolution. And basically, in the game, you play as a judge on the Revolutionary Tribunal, and so you're trying different people that are like accused of being enemies against the Republic of France, and so that's it's actually a pretty cool game. It's kind of similar to Ace Attorney, I would say, if any, because like the court cases. But it's a lot more darker than Ace Attorney. That's what I'll say about it. Would Vic Vance save Lance from Sonny or not? Yeah, I mean, he would, because that's his brother, after all. Oh, I don't remember. Sometimes I actually miss the PlayStation Plus games because I just don't redeem them. Sometimes I've done that. I felt stupid when that's happened to me in the past. How often was the lasso used in the Old West? The thing about the lasso is the lasso was used a lot of times to like capture, you know, animals like horses and stuff. But the lasso wasn't like when you see it in like movies and like video games where like, you know, they throw the lasso like this and they catch somebody. No, that didn't really happen. No. You know, maybe occasionally somebody would do something like that, but no, stuff like that didn't really happen where they would like, you know, catch people with the lasso. Like, they would tie them up, sure, after they caught them, but they wouldn't just throw the lasso at them and just, you know, knock them down. You know, no, that really wouldn't happen. Because do you know how fast people run? People run really fast. And the fact that somebody would be able to get the lasso, go like this, and just hit them and just catch them right in the spot when they're running, and people don't run in a straight line. That's just, yeah, so no. Here's the thing, if a bounty hunter was chasing somebody down, and that person was running, you know what the bounty hunter would do? The bounty hunter would shoot them in the back. That's what would happen back then. They wouldn't just, you know, throw it on, like, on people. It's for cattle. Oh, I guess for cattle, too. But it's, Darkest Ace Attorney mission you played. That's an easy one. The Darkest Ace Attorney case, I don't remember the case name, but I can tell you what happens in the case. It's my favorite case also. My favorite case is actually the darkest one, too. It's the one in the first Phoenix Wright game. The first Phoenix Wright game, the fifth case. The fifth one. With the serial killer. The serial killer, Joe Dark was his name, I think that was. Do you know which one I'm talking about in Ace Attorney? That was my favorite case. And I think that was the darkest Ace Attorney case. That one was kind of messed up. So yeah, there was one case in Ace Attorney that involved a serial killer. And, yeah, let me go here. Let's go to Blackwater here. Pro, do you believe in God? I consider myself an agnostic. Hey, Pro, could you pay me in advance? Wait, what do you mean, CW? Or are you talking about Spider-Man? Is that a reference to that? What's what, Muhammad? Yeah, about the question, if Lance would betray Vic, I do have to say that Lance would never betray Vic. While he is the dumbest character in the GTA series, he's also one of the most loyal. I wouldn't necessarily call Lance a loyal character because, look, Lance could care less when Luis got captured. He could care less that Luis is dead. You know, and he screwed Tommy over. And that was not Tommy's fault. Tommy was very fair to Lance. The reason that Tommy yelled at Lance is because Lance was being stupid. That's why Tommy yelled at him. Okay. I'm gonna play some poker here. Oh, what's the religion? Oh, an agnostic is basically somebody who doesn't associate with religion. That's basically what an agnostic is. That's, you know, my views. An agnostic is somebody who, like, sees every possibility, like, looks at all religion and also looks at, atheism and basically sees a possibility in everything. So that means they look at everything and see a possibility in it all being true. That's pretty much what it is. That's, you know, my viewpoint on it. I tend to really stay away from religion discussions, but that's, you know, that's my view on it. I see pretty much, you know, I see every possibility pretty much when I look at stuff. I lean more towards believing in God, honestly. So I lean more towards believing. But I also see the possibility of there being no God as well. That's just my religious view. I bought the Alana Miles and Smokin' albums on cassette today at a bazaar. They actually contain 2 songs from LSRR on them, Black Velvet and 30 Days in the Hole, respectively. The bazaar, those marketplaces, right? I love those marketplaces. They're really cool, and you can get a lot of stuff in them. There's a lot of different stores, and you can get really good deals in the bazaar. Oh, that one, the Reddit Online one. Yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about there, CW Games. You and Gilly should play Among Us. Thank you, Apple. Thanks, man. Thank you for the super chat. I mean, I'm willing to play anything with Gilly. He wants to play. Wait, what do you mean, Glover? Hey, boss, Uchi, how are you, man? Oh, Velvet. Oh, okay, Mario. I might have to restart my game. Yeah, I think I might have to restart my game. Here. Oh, yeah. I'm, my game crashed here. Yeah. Are you and Dark Viper AU going to do another lore video on GTA Guesser? I would bet money you would win again. I would love to do another video. If Dark Viper AU wants to do another Geoguesser, I'm fully down for that. So if he wants to do that, I will definitely be down for doing another one. It's up to him if he wants to do another one. But I'll definitely be if he's up for that, I'll do it. But do you know what I would love? I would love to do a GTA Geoguesser on the old GTA games, like on the old GTA maps. Like, does that exist? Is there like a guesser for the old maps, like the old ones? Because I'm really good with the old maps too. But if it's a map of Vice City, I think I'll do a better job on a GTA Geoguesser on Vice City than I would on GTA 5. Even though GTA 5 I know the map really well, I think on Vice City I know it even better, because Vice City I know the map so well, like so well. A harder GTA Geoguesser would be San Andreas. San Andreas would actually be harder than GTA 5, I would say. And the reason that I think San Andreas would be harder than GTA 5 is because even though San Andreas is smaller than GTA 5, it's the fact that San Andreas has just so many environments. There's like so many different locations in San Andreas, where in GTA 5 a lot of the locations look similar to each other, and so it's easier to identify where the thing is. But like if for example in San Andreas, like they show you like a random picture of the forest and stuff like that, I think that's gonna be really hard to try to figure out where that is. If you show me the forest in GTA 5, I could tell you easily where that is. But like the forest in San Andreas, because it's so vast, like it would be a lot harder to tell exactly where the stuff is in San Andreas. I think that San Andreas GTA Guesser will be harder than GTA 5, honestly. Okay, he's practicing against me for a rematch. Well, you know, Dark Viper's a friend of mine. He's a good guy. You know, if he wants to do another one in the future, I'm definitely down to do another one in the future. Hey, Pro, do you know of Venom? And if so, what would your experience be for him in Spider-Man 2? He's not Eddie Brock. Oh well, I don't know then. Who are they putting as Venom in the new one? I thought Venom was always a pretty interesting character. He's more of like an anti-hero. Put it on Tumbleweed. Let's do it here. Hey Patrick, why do you hate the hot weather so much? I can answer that question easily. The reason I hate hot weather is because when you go outside in hot weather, oh, I almost punched my horse there. When you go outside in hot weather, you can have a t-shirt on and shorts. So you can dress up, so you're cooler, but even though you dress like that, you're still gonna be sweating. When it's cold outside, you can bundle up. You can, put on like multiple layers of clothing, put on, a t-shirt, long sleeve shirt above that sweater, and a coat, and gloves, and a hat. And you can, and you won't be as affected by that. So that's why, I would say that when it's cold, you can really bundle up, and it's not going to affect you as much. But when it's hot, you can still wear, shorts and, a shirt, and it's going to be annoying as hell. So that's why I say I don't like the heat. Yeah, you can sleep always good in cold weather, but you can't sleep good in hot weather. I agree with you on that. Sometimes, but I don't like too much snow, Isaiah. Yeah, I probably wouldn't like living in LA because it'd be so hot. But here's the thing about this, even though people from Eastern Europe are more used to the cold than like a lot of other people, here's the thing about this. Eastern Europeans would not do well in a tropical, environment, like a really hot environment. So that goes both ways. So people that are used to really cold climates are not going to do well in really hot climates. And people who are used to really hot climates are not going to do well in cold climates. So I can tell you that, like, Polish people are generally used to colder climates. But, like, that's where my parents are from. But a lot of Polish people I know, if they went to, like, a really tropical climate, they would really not like it. And honestly, if I had my way, I would prefer for it to be fall all year round. If I had my way, like, you know, 50, 60 degrees. If it was 40 degrees, if it was like that all year long, I wouldn't mind that. So that's you know, maybe even colder than that. I wouldn't have an issue with that personally. But you know how Rockstar removed the safe area option for GTA 5 Next, and how are you adjusting the setting because your HUD and subtitles fit the game perfectly on OBS? Wait, what do you mean, Hash? I'm a bit confused. They removed the safe area option. What are you talking about, safe area option? I'm sorry, I'm just a little puzzled. Folding this. Hey, Patrick, what's the stupidest thing you did when you were a kid? Oh, stupidest thing that we did when I was a kid? Okay, so when I was like 13 years old, the stupidest thing that I ever did is, when I was like 13 years old, yeah, I was 13 or 14 years old. What happened was, it was in the winter time, and it snowed a lot. And one of my friends, he had like one of those electric kind of like dirt bikes. I don't remember what the, what kind it was. It's like the one that teenagers are allowed to drive, like, you know, the smaller ones. You know, not an actual dirt bike. But basically what, the thing can gain a little bit of speed. And so what he did is, he told me, he tied a snowboard to the back of it. And he told me to get on it. And I got on it because I was stupid. And what happened was the rope actually snapped when he was driving it. And what ended up happening is I rolled down a hill and I fell underneath a parked car. And I hit my head. And that was probably the dumbest thing that I've done. That was, you know, that was just a stupid thing that we did when we were kids. Was just idiotic. Yeah. I didn't even damage the car. I fell underneath. It was like underneath a parked car, and I hit my head on like something under there. But I got out of it. But it was hang on. Look at what, Pat? What is this that you're posting, Chasseruni? What is this? Spooky Man? What is this? Oh, the price? Wait, let me look at the price again. What? You gotta be kidding me. $1 million? What the hell? This game is $1 million on Steam? What the hell? Who's... Why the hell is it $1 million? It's just like some terribly looking game, and it's like $1 million on... Yeah, that link that Chasseruni just posted, it's like some random game on Steam that's $1 million. It's like, what the hell? Do you think that GTA 5 should have a lot of homeless since it's based off LA? Well, GTA 5 already has a lot of homeless people. You look at, like, the underpass, you'll find a lot of homeless NPCs there. The name of the game is called Spooky Men. Let me see here again. What is it? Is it called that? Let me just check one more time here. Spooky Man, yep. It's, there's 3, 4 as well. How is the here's the thing about that. The game is worth $1 million right now, but how is somebody supposed to play it when you think about that? Like, right? Like, even if somebody wanted to buy it, right? Like, even if there was some rich guy that wanted to buy it, like, how is he gonna buy it? Is he gonna put $1 million on a credit card and just like just buy it there? Like, how is that supposed to work exactly? This guy might be bluffing. Let's see. The chances of him having another 4 is so low. He might have a 2. Let's see. Hopefully he doesn't have that. Yep, he was bluffing. Oh, but he got that 9 there. Oh my god, he's so lucky. Oh man, I would have won that. I had a better hand, but he got the pair. Ah. Let me look Hesh here. Your comment about safe area. A safe area option is that it's in the game that adjusts how much element on the screen fit to the edges of your screen. There's a safe area option on GTA 5 old gen and PS4, Xbox One, but removed. Oh. Well, I guess the game just fits perfectly for me. I don't, Yeah, I could do that, Chesaruni. But first, I'll do a crazy current events one on that stupid YouTuber that like did that free giveaway in New York that like that caused like a riot. Oh, homelessness here in the Midwest is not that. No, there's not that many homeless people. I've seen like 1 or 2 people, but not that much. Like New York, the problem is much worse in New York. Thank you, Ace. My current body weight, about 157 pounds. What do you think of Lech Wałęsa? Oh, well, you say his name is Wałęsa in Polish. I know who you're talking about. You know, he led protests against the communist government in Poland. You know, he's when it comes to modern day, he says some dumb things in modern day, but he generally did do good things by, like, helping Poland to get away from communism. Let's see. Is anybody here bluffing? That guy was bluffing. He was not bluffing. Oh, man. I'm screwed. Yep. I wonder if somebody has a playthrough of this game on YouTube, considering the fact that it's $1 million. How long has the price been like that, Chaz, on that game? Is it only today? Because it might be fixed tomorrow. It might have been like a glitch. Do you think Max Payne's New York is accurate to New York from real life? Well, Max Payne mostly has like the street alleys and like that, but when it comes to the way the buildings look and the police cars, yes, it's accurate, and the subways is very accurate too. That is how the subway system looks, and like the whole layout of that with the gate and everything, that is what the subways look like in New York. So Max Payne did get that right. Okay. Hear like a cat outside. Okay, on August 2, it went to 1 million. Well, it's been 2 days and hasn't been fixed. On the 17th, it jumped to 100,000. Okay, so it's not a glitch. They're doing that on purpose. I had a flush? Oh, well, I guess I just wasn't paying attention as much. Why does Steam allow stuff like that? Like pricing like that? Hey, bro, can I borrow some money to buy Spooky Men? Yeah, $1 million game on there. I could literally buy a mansion for that price, for $1 million to buy like a you know, $1 million for like a video game, for like a digital game, and it looks like some terrible games too. I wonder if the game's gonna be on sale. If it's 50% off, maybe it's gonna be 500,000 then. So maybe they'll have a good sale soon. Arena War mask for 50,000, not 500,000. Maybe I was referring to the outfits. Let's see here. Yeah, outfits, so I did get that. Okay, I'm gonna bet $1 here, and let's see if... Probably my last hand here. How are you seeing the prices, Chaz? Are you able to see the price history in the game somewhere? Hey, Pro, I got a question. Do you think it would be cool to see a Carcer City setting since it's always been mentioned a lot in the GTA series? Sure. You know, Manhunt does take place in the same universe as GTA. Oh. Okay. Ah, he won. Okay, yeah, that's ridiculous with that game there. Okay, let's just see what my last hand is gonna be. If my last hand is gonna be terrible, I'm just gonna leave here. Okay, I looked at it, Chaz. The real RTCW of what game is that? Oh, 10 and Ace. Actually, you know what? These actually are not bad hands. No, I would never sell my GTA account. I'd never do that. On Steam India, it costs around 27,000 lakh inner, which is not equivalent to 1 million, but around 27,000 US dollars. Well, that's it's I don't know what the developer is thinking with those prices. But I'm gonna yeah. Ace and 10. Okay, here we go. Oh, come on. I had much better cards than them. And it was that they got the 4 here. Okay, I'm done here with this. Well, about to end the stream now. What is the one way that you know someone can be trusted? When somebody puts their trust in you, that is generally a sign that they're a trustworthy person. Not always, but if somebody is willing to put their trust in you in something that you could screw them over in, then that's generally something that they're a trustworthy person and they trust you at least. So if you ask them for something, they probably would return the favor too. That's one way to tell.
You're becoming a familiar face.
Another way to tell whether somebody is a or a helpful person, I would say, is this trick always works for me, guys. Every single time this trick has always worked. It's never failed me. And that is how much is this bounty? Oh, it's $7 here. Here's the thing about this, is in order to tell whether somebody is your friend or they're using you, there's actually a really easy way to tell that. And this trick always works for me, and I recommend you guys do the trick also. But basically, this is what you do. When somebody asks you for help, right? Help with something. Just help them. Help them with whatever they need help with. And and then wait until you need help with something one day, right? And when you need help with something, you go to that same exact person and you ask them for help. And just see how they react. If that person gives you an excuse, like, says, oh, I can't help you with this right now, I'm sorry, I'm busy, or something like that, what you do at that point is you just say this to them. You say to them, okay, when will you be free? When will you not be busy to help me with my thing? And if they make you a second excuse at that point, that person was using you, and that person is not your friend. And do not ever help that person with anything else again. And if they ask you why you can't help them, if they ask you for help in the future, you just tell them exactly what they say. You say, I'm sorry, I'm busy. You say that you don't have to explain yourself. So that's what I'll say.
Just let me know if I can help.
Do you see how Chicago's new mayor took issue with a reporter called hundreds of teens trashing a 7-Eleven as a mob action? Well, if a group of people run into a 7-Eleven and trash the store, that's a mob. That's pretty much what it is. And I don't know why the Chicago mayor is being upset with that.
I'm sure I'll see you again.
Mister? Good to see you again, sir.
You ever play games on Steam? Sometimes. I'm playing the Payday 3 beta on Steam. Oh, did I? I just tied up the wrong person. I tied up the wrong guy. I didn't tie up the bounty target. I tied up the wrong person. That was, yeah, I tied up the wrong person. Okay. Where is he now? No, it's not here. Aw, damn. Oh, no, come on. No, no, no. Oh, this was a stupid place to spawn me. Why do I keep getting spawned here? Oh, man. I will get around to playing Spider-Man one day, I just don't know when. Oh, no, no, no. Bolas. Oh, come on, no. Wait, why are you killing me? Oh, man, great. Oh, come on, no. Oh, great. Look at where I got spawned here now. Getting spawned in stupid places. Oh, he's dead? Oh, he's dead. Okay. Would I trade my GTA account for Spooky Men? No.
Enough. Here's your due and nothing less.
Okay, guys, so, I guess we'll probably wrap up the stream here. I'll still answer any questions people have, so if you guys want to ask me anything, I'll answer before I go here.
Been some time.
I'm 29.
Look who's back already.
Cosplay playthrough on Spooky Men, huh?
That mask of yours kind of makes me jumpy.
What's the difference between psycho and psychopath? Well, psycho is somebody that's like psychotic behavior, very aggressive, you know, irrational. But a psychopath is, you know, the personality, the personality of the person itself. Like, psychopath is what, you know, somebody can be a psycho but not be a psychopath just because of their behavior. But a psychopath is just, you know, who they are. It's that's just them.
Change your mind?
Fastest horse and read it online. I think it's the Black Arabian horse.
You need to please look out.
Well, I usually stream between 2 to 3 hours, Rumble. But I guess we will be wrapping up the stream here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. And tomorrow I'll have a video talking about that stupid YouTuber who you know, caused that riot in New York. And then I'll probably have a video talk about the Spooky Men thing. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy the stream, do drop a like. It does help me to make more content. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.